Hey everyone, and how are you doing today? And I'm your good friend, Priscilla Victoria. Welcome back to Rideshare Conversations. I'm your good friend. And how are my lovely drivers and passengers doing out there? Just let me know how you're doing. Just say, I'm doing okay. All we got is each other. If you need a listening ear, guess what? I'll listen. So, I may go on a little rant today, but today I am talking about restrooms or bathrooms, whichever term you like to use. There is a con, okay? There is a con when it comes to restrooms and this industry, okay? And I am a woman, so I have to go to the restroom, right? So when I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, I really didn't have to worry about not having an accessible restroom. Like a lot of times you can go into the restrooms and the gas stations, they're open, they're available, they don't have a note on them about how there's no tissue, it doesn't work. And I'm saying that because this is what I've ran into in the DMV area, right? So some areas are going to be easier to find a bathroom. And again, when I drive, I try to eat light. I don't drink all day, snack all day, and then I'm getting ready to take a ride and I have to use the restroom. And a long time ago when I was searching videos, there was a guy that said that was a con. You can't go to the bathroom whenever you want. You actually can, but you know the outlet that you're in, okay? So this is the hard part. So I had a situation years ago where I had went to a restaurant and I ate. And then after I ate, I went to the bathroom and I literally could have just threw up all my food. I cannot make this up. And it made me lose my appetite for about 2 days. So I went to the bathroom, and now I know that a lot of this situations is customers, but if you are going into business and you're going to have a lot of high volume of customers, this is a part of your business that you should be thinking about. So although we have people coming in and out all day long, everybody is not as clean, but this is something that people have to take in consideration when they're running a business. How am I going to provide a bathroom? How am I going to keep it clean? Because you want my business. So make things accessible as in your business, especially something like a bathroom. And we know there's certain type of businesses that do not offer a bathroom. And there's certain type of business that should offer a bathroom. And they may not want the customers to use the bathroom. And I noticed this more so in bigger cities. Bigger areas like the DMV, the gas stations, they know they're in a high volume area. They don't want the customers using their bathrooms. So they're going to have a note about how the bathroom does not work. And that gets on my nerves. But back to the restaurant right quick. Went into the bathroom. It was a little messy, but the stall that I went into had crap everywhere, okay? And I did notify the restaurant, but it just really, I just walked into a mess. So thereafter, right? So basically that traumatized me. So now I'm traumatized about this, right? So I started looking into bathrooms before I eat at the establishment. So if the bathroom is really not up to par, I'm probably not going to eat there, because whoever is responsible for fixing food, a lot of times they're responsible for making sure the bathroom clean. And even with these bathrooms, I noticed that certain shifts, they may be cleaner than others, and certain shifts, the bathroom may be open on one shift, the bathroom may be closed on the other shift. And that's the associate not wanting to have to clean the bathroom on their shift. So they will put a note up, especially if they know that they can get away with it. But I'm going to leave Virginia out of this, because a lot of times on the Virginia side, I can find a bathroom, even their outdoor, I call it an outdoor gas station because it doesn't have a physical store. They have an acceptable bathroom. You got to get the key and walk over to the restroom. But the fact that they have one and you can use it, it really shocks me. So I'm going to focus more on, I guess I would say, DC and Maryland. Okay. And a lot of times in these big cities, they know that they have a high volume of customers. And with big cities, you have to deal with, people that are homeless people being in the bathrooms, trying to sleep in the bathroom. So some of the restaurants that are in the cities, they will have a code. So you got to make a purchase to get the code to use the bathroom. So that's the other thing too. So I know in major cities, they have to have a different protocol set up so that they can have an accessible bathroom for their customers. Now, I'm fine with having a code to get in the bathroom. So if you have a business or establishment and you don't want everybody using your bathroom, or you only want, use the system where there is a code. Because if you choose to put your business in a city that you're going to have a high momentum of customers, just them having an accessible bathroom may actually help your business. Because I know, and we all know, there's certain type of business and establishment, it doesn't matter if your kid, because I had to make a legit decision one time. I was in a beauty supply store with my daughter. She was younger. She had to go to the bathroom. I know they had a bathroom, and I went to the store a lot. They told me she could not use the bathroom. So how do I handle that? Do I still make a purchase there when I'm like, dang, my child at the time cannot even use the restroom here? So I had to make a decision. No, you're not going to get my business anymore. You wouldn't even let a child go to the bathroom, and I know that you have one. And even if you don't open it up, it wasn't even me. It was a kid. So you're not considerate of a kid, but you want me to spend my coins in your establishment? Let's be realistic. Like, how do we all work together? How do we all, and again, at the time, what shocked me is that you know my face. You know I come in here all the time. You see me coming here with my kid, and I can't use the bathroom. So guess what? You're not going to get my coins. And that's holding establishment accountable. Because, like I said, we all need each other at some point. I'm spending my coins, I should be able to use the bathroom. And a lot of times, even with these gas stations, if I have to use the bathroom, I'm going to make sure I have to use the bathroom. Because if I can't, guess what? I'm going to go to a gas station and spend my money where I can use the bathroom. And it's, don't beat me up. Don't think that I'm crazy. But if you have an establishment or you're thinking about opening up a business, think about this. Don't want something from someone, but then can't provide them with the service, but then get mad, right? Because I'm coming here now, I'm mad, like, dang, my daughter can't even, like, now I'm angry about this. And I feel like I really have a legit reason to be angry or to be ticked off about this. Like, okay, you want me to just hand over my money because you're providing me with some type of service, but I can't even get any service that I need to just use the bathroom. So if you feel like you're going to run into a problem with the bathrooms, just do like some of these establishments and have a code. That means if a perfect person is making phone fell down. Sorry guys. If that person is making a purchase, they made the purchase, allow them to use the bathroom. Let's work together on that. Next thing, with the bathroom situation, to help people out, especially if you're in this industry, if you can't find a gas station bathroom, or it's not available, it's broke, or whatever lie they're telling you about the bathroom, because I'm gonna be honest, there's been some bathrooms that had note on it, like, oh, you can't use this, it's broken. I will go to that associate and say, hey, I know that bathroom works. I am a driver and I just need to use the bathroom. Can you allow me to use this bathroom? And guess what? They let me use it. So, and again, it's kind of messed up. But again, like that, I even have to do that, right? So the second thing that I want to talk about is like McDonald's. Now, all of them may not be clean, but McDonald's is like on every corner, every stop almost, right? And that's all I use them for, McDonald's. If you can't find a bathroom, look for a McDonald's, especially if you're new. People that have been in the game a long time, they already know this. You already know this. McDonald's is always my second bathroom option. I know that I can always find a McDonald's. A McDonald's is always going to be close. I cannot make this up. A McDonald's is always going to be close. So if you're having trouble or you're struggling with just simple information that's a bathroom that you can go in and use, that's not going to be like crazy and dramatic like these gas stations and stuff, you have your McDonald's, right? The next thing, the worst and absolutely worst, that is the top of my list for some of the worst bathrooms, is your 7-Eleven, okay? And I don't even know how you guys are literally eating food out of 7-Eleven, because they, even like some of them, they're brand new, and the bathroom is only clean because it's brand new. But 7-Eleven have some of the dirtiest, and sometimes, like now, if I have to use the restroom, I don't even fool with 7-Eleven like that, because I already know it's going to be some type of ish, just different example. Shell gas station got turned into 7-Eleven. Now it's booming, it's popping, people using it. The one over there by BWI, right? They have 2 bathrooms, one for a woman, one for a man. You got high traffic. There's people always waiting on the bathroom. You remodel your whole restaurant and you don't put extra stalls because you're going to have this high traffic. It's now a 7-Eleven with items in it that people want to buy, because the other store is just, it wasn't busy like that. They didn't even have anything that was accessible. They had stuff in there, but it was like kind of real dry in there, I would say, right? Now you got high traffic. You have 2 stalls. You take it down to 1 and make the other stall for the customers, because you don't want to have to clean your bathroom. So you will clean the bathroom for yourself, but you'll say screw the customers and then take it down to 1 when now you have high momentum. Like, let's really think about that. So that's one situation with 7-Eleven, right? The other situation with 7-Eleven, the one that's around the corner from that one, they had 2 stalls. Closed 1 down, brought it to 1 bathroom, and they put a stall in there for the men. So it's like a co-ed bathroom, but it's just 1. And they got a note telling the customers that if they do not keep this bathroom clean, that we will never have access to a bathroom again. They have a note, like, if you guys want to continue to come in here and use the bathroom, if you don't keep it clean, you're not going to have access to it. That's a note that they have in the bathroom. And I get it. Everybody is not as clean. Everybody don't have the same level of being clean. And I do take in consideration that any and everybody is, high traffic. But before you got into your business, this is something that you should have thought about. Like, it's a pro and a con, but it's something that can definitely be maintained, especially if you got a high momentum. Because I come in there and I see 2 and 3 people, somebody on their phone, that person could have just been like spot cleaning the bathroom or making sure that the bathroom is clean, right? So that's 2 7-Elevens already that I've talked about. Now the 7-Eleven that is near Dulles Airport, right? They're a big operation, okay? People coming in there all the time. They actually have cleaning supplies to the front of the bathroom, right? And when you walk into the bathroom, it's dirty. Stall's dirty. So a lot of times what I do is I just grab a spray bottle, spray it down, right? Use the bathroom, line the toilet, because some places don't have seat covers, but Wawa do. Wawa have seat covers. Their gas station have seat covers. But again, like, it's always gonna be a little rant for me when I talk about the bathrooms, because, you know, 7-Eleven, y'all have to do better. Y'all have to do, and my other pet peeve is that, like, I don't even buy anything legitly out of 7-Eleven. Definitely if I don't have to, because when you look at, and especially, that's one thing I'm gonna talk about in another video for my drivers, like how to save money while you're driving, because we're making money so fluently, so it's easy to spend it because you know you have easy access to it. So you have easy access to your money and you can easily spend it. So I broke myself out the habit of, if I go get gas, you know, I'm gonna keep water, I'm gonna keep my stuff with me. I'll go to the grocery store, get my water, get me a little snack, so that when I stop, I'm not going to go in the gas station and spend my money, get 2 and 3 items, I'm spending $20. You know? So, you know, I have this thing now where I kind of look at what I'm spending, if it makes sense and if it don't make sense. And if you start paying attention to how much money you're spending on a daily, when you stop at the gas station and go inside and buy items, because one of the gas stations, one of the guys that is in charge, I was like, you know, I said, you know, I don't spend money in here. I said, it's too overpriced. It's out of my league. And you know what he said to me? He said, well, it's a convenience store. So, like, they don't care. They don't care. But then when you're looking at, like, okay, at the end of the week, start saving the receipts that you spend at the gas station and add it up to see how much you have spent just carelessly at the gas station. Because a lot of stuff, you don't need it anyway, right? You don't need it anyway. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm going in, I see I'm grabbing here and there. But then when you add it up at the end of the month, you realize you could have did something else with the money that you spent that month just in snacks alone. So I didn't want to make this video really long, but it is over 10 minutes. So I'm going to get off my bathroom rant, okay? But like I said, we're all in this together. Hopefully I said some things that will help people make a logic decision when they're out here driving. But when you're looking at pros and cons, I really wouldn't call having to go to the restroom a con, you know, or not being able to go when you want to. I would say be smart. Know your body, right? Know your stops. Know where your bathrooms are. And if you can't figure it out or find a bathroom, I'm going to leave this with you. McDonald's. Always look up a McDonald's and you will always have a bathroom to stop to. So until my next video, you guys be safe, and I will see you in my next video.